Hello, and welcome to an SST unboxing. Very similar to Suntup in that it has very black tape with their logo on it, but this is sstpublications.co.uk. Over in the UK, it's got an easy tear tab because the tape's coming off. So let's do that. Oh, there's tape underneath. I gotta cut it still. Oh well. I thought that was going to be a very exciting opening of just like, here, let's open the box dramatically. Paul, because you must be named Paul to get into publishing, had me covered with extra tape. So anyways, this is the first book in the Grady Hendrix bundle. This is Horrorstor by Grady Hendrix. So Paul, there's a business card in there as well. Boop, little business card. Love the black text on that. Very nice. Paul Fry, that is. You don't need my address. Paul Fry, that is releasing a bunch of Grady Hendrix titles, starting with Horrorstor here, and included with all of his orders are nice little personalized cards. Hi, Sean. Thank you so much for your Horrorstor order, which is enclosed. Enjoy and take care, Paul, which is very nice. I keep all of those, as you should too. I mean, don't actually feel pressured by that. You don't need to keep those. I'm just sentimental that way. Anyways, Grady Hendrix, you may know him from the paperbacks from Hell. We may know him from Horrorstor or My Best Friend's Exorcism. Or maybe you were a real big fan of his introduction to The Auctioneer by Suntup Editions. Anyways, here is a bookmark from SST Publications, which is, it's always nice to have. You can never have enough bookmarks. Like always, which is a very regular occurrence for Paul at SST, he uses wax paper. Excuse me as I make myself more comfortable here. He uses wax paper to cover the books up with these little wafer stickers that I feel so bad getting into, but such is life. You need to get to the book. Otherwise, you're just going to be looking at some wrapped up book for all eternity without being able to read it. Oh, I can save this one. Look at that. Saved it. One of the only few publishers that actually does that. Camelot Books does that as well. They do publish titles at Camelot, so I mean, I guess you could call them a publisher, but they're more of like a secondhand, bookstore. Not that they actually, not that they actually sell too many secondhand titles. A lot of their titles are first edition limited presses titles. But anyways, they wrap theirs up as well. That's the main idea I'm trying to get to. So here is the book, Horrorstor by Grady Hendrix, as illustrated by Reiko Murakami. No relation to Haruki Murakami, at least not that I'm aware of. The concept of the book is simple. There's like an IKEA similar store. I believe it's called Orsk. I'm not 100% on that, but I believe Orsk is the name of the store. Very IKEA-esque. That has some weird going-ons, if you will. And so a couple employees volunteer to spend the night, and spooky shenanigans occur. But I love that cover. It's very surrealistic. Got the arrows going every which way, kind of, like a, oh my God, MC Escher. Kind of like an MC Escher kind of thing going on. I was going to say DJ Escher. That's not right. He's an MC Escher, not a DJ. Anyways, beautiful cloth binding here. And the book itself, Horrorstor, Grady Hendrix. This is sold out. Did I do that? I don't think I did that. I mean, it's hot in here, but I don't know. I just looked at it. So I don't think I sweat on it, but, kind of plain end papers, but that's fine. There is the signature, of which this is number 46. This is a crazy... It's like, kind of like graffiti in the wall. And that's where Grady Hendrix is printed and Reiko Murakami is printed. And there are the signatures. That's a really cool signature page. I've never read this one. I've read Orsk. It is Orsk. I've read My Best Friend's Exorcism. And I loved that. That is the next title coming out, I believe. Whoa, okay. But I look forward greatly to reading this one. I remember seeing the trade paperback copy floating around when I worked at Barnes & Noble. And it kind of looked like a catalog. It looked like an IKEA catalog, which kind of goes along with, you know, the whole horror store Orsk thing. Murakami's artwork, I checked it out online, very like surrealistic, like darkness going on, which just kind of fits perfectly into the book. Oh my God. It really fits well. The next title, this one is completely sold out, I believe. There might be additional copies once Paul has finished shipping them all. I'm not sure. I mean, it can't hurt to reach out to Paul Fry at SST and say, hey, I missed Horrorstor. Do you have any extra maybe PC copies? He might. You never know. Can't hurt to ask. But I think it's sold out, other than any potential copies. But the next one he's doing by Grady Hendrix is the next sequential novel, which is My Best Friend's Exorcism. And then I believe he's also doing We Sold Our Souls for Rock and Roll. And the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. I know I butchered that title. I don't have that title. That's why I butchered it. But yeah, it's something like that. It's a book club slaying vampires. His most recent novel, which is the Final Girl Support Group, recently came out a few months ago. And I haven't picked that one up yet either. But maybe SST will do that one as well. You know, it kind of goes on the trope of final girls in horror movies, you know, the ones that survive, and they have a support group apparently. So that'll be worth checking out. But anyways, you could probably find this copy of Horrorstor, not this one, but this edition of Horrorstor on the secondary market, perhaps even on Camelot Books that I mentioned earlier. See, callback. I do have a couple other SST publication unboxings on the channel, including one that's coming up for Bird Box by Josh Malerman. But if you want to check out more unboxings, you can check out my channel here, or you can go to the Jeff Word, link in the description below. He's been doing these unboxings for longer than I have, and he has a lot. I mean, he has a lot of SST titles. I have a decent amount as well. Not as many as he does, but he's got a lot of unboxings on there, so you can check him out as well. But anyways, thank you very much for watching. Be sure to support Horrorstor, not Horrorstor, support SST publications, Grady Hendrix, Reiko Murakami. Very good person to support as well. Yeah, support those artists. But anyways, thank you very much for watching, and we will see you around next time.